Have you ever felt like you're just fighting a battle you can't possibly win? Or like life has just thrown you a total curveball out of nowhere? Well, it turns out our relationship with reality itself, that's at the very core of how we experience change. So let's dive into this and explore 3 really fundamental ways we encounter the world around us.
You know the feeling, right? That jarring moment when what you expect to happen just slams right into what is happening? So why does it feel like that? Is it something we're doing, or is it just the world doing its thing? Today, we're going to unpack that exact question. And we're going to break it all down into 3 distinct encounters. First, there's the collision. That's where we run headfirst into reality. Second, there's the impact, which is when reality runs into us. And finally, the flow, which is all about learning to move with it. Okay, let's get into it. All right, our first stop is the self-imposed collision. This is the kind of conflict with the truth that, let's be honest, we usually bring on ourselves.
This is that sting of hindsight, isn't it? The slow, painful realization that, oof, I could have avoided that. It's the kind of pain that comes directly from a misjudgment or just a moment of pure denial.
So here's the formal breakdown. It's when something you did, or maybe something you didn't do, puts you on a direct collision course with the cold, hard facts. The problem, in this case, starts from inside.
And look, we've all been there in some small way. It can be as literal and, as embarrassing as walking straight into a perfectly clean glass door because you just weren't paying attention. Or it can be much more serious, like ignoring the flashing warning lights on your car's dashboard day after day. These are all moments where we choose our own version of things over the clear present facts right in front of us.
And here is the hard lesson from all of this. Reality, it really doesn't care about our good intentions. You can hope for the best, you can mean well, but if your actions defy the basic laws of a situation, consequences are coming. It's just a matter of when. Reality will always win.
Now for our second encounter, and this one is a complete flip of the script. This isn't about what you did. This is about what happens to you.
And that's the crucial difference right there. This kind of pain comes from outside forces, things that are completely beyond your control. It often feels unfair because, in a lot of ways, it is. So, what we're talking about here are events that are forced upon you by things you just can't influence. It's a powerful reminder that no matter how much we plan or how careful we are never in complete command of our lives.
You know, this could be a sudden diagnosis that changes absolutely everything overnight. It could be a freak accident, losing your job because of company-wide layoffs, or a massive economic downturn that impacts everybody. These are those big moments where life just happens, no matter what we've done to prepare.
And this is where the real test is. Since you can't stop the event from happening, your power, your entire power, lies in how you choose to respond to it. Do you crumble, or do you find a way to adapt? This is where real strength is built.
So, if the first 2 encounters are all about clashing and conflict, what's the alternative? Well, that brings us to the third, and honestly, the most powerful state, the art of participation.
I absolutely love this metaphor. I mean, think about it for a second. An eagle doesn't command the wind, right? And a surfer definitely doesn't control the waves. What they do is they study the patterns, they understand the forces they're working with, and they use that deep knowledge to glide, to move with this incredible grace and purpose. That is participation.
And make no mistake, this is not about passive acceptance. It's an active and an aware state of being. It's about paying close attention, seeing the currents of life for what they truly are, and then making smart choices to work with them, instead of wasting all your energy trying to fight them.
And the payoff for this shift in mindset? Oh, it's huge. It makes you so much more resilient. It lets you stay calm when things get chaotic, because you're not burning all that energy resisting what you can't change. You become more flexible, way less emotionally drained, and just a lot more effective.
This whole idea is actually framed so powerfully by the author M. Scott Peck. He basically presents this as a fundamental choice that we all have to make between emotional sickness and emotional health. Just look at this comparison for a second. It's incredibly stark, isn't it? On one side, you have emotional sickness, which is all about doing anything and everything to avoid the truth. It's about clinging to illusions and burning through your energy just to hide from the facts. But on the other side, you have emotional health. And that's the total opposite. It's having the courage to face reality, no matter how hard it is, because you know that's where you find real clarity and purpose.
Okay, so how do we take all of this and turn it into a real, actionable path for ourselves? Let's bring these 3 encounters all together.
You can really see this whole thing as a journey. A lot of us start with resistance. That's when we crash into reality because of our own denial. Then we learn acceptance, usually when reality crashes into us and forces us to just endure. But the real goal, the place we all want to get to, is cooperation, where we actively and skillfully participate with the world as it is.
And look, if you take just one single thing away from all of this, please let it be this. The situations you face are one thing, sure. But how you perceive them, whether you see reality as an enemy you have to fight or as a partner to work with, that is what ultimately determines everything.
So that leaves us with one last question to think about. It's not really about what life is going to throw at you tomorrow. It's about the mindset you decide to build right now. Today, will you choose resistance or will you choose the art of participation? The choice, as always, is yours.